Hello everyone, my name is Victor from Komplet America. I'm going to demonstrate to you how to set up your IC70 and all its functions. Follow me. First thing we're going to do is we're going to turn on the battery disconnect. On this unit, turn the key on. To activating the hydraulic functions, mostly for the impactor, you need to engage the clutch first, which is this lever. We'll wait for the screen to boot up. So on this screen here, you see how there's a check mark. That means that we're going to set up our wireless remote. So it's checked. If you choose not to use the wireless remote and you want to do the auto function on this unit, you would X that out and you would go on to the main screen and activate it in auto. We're going to use the wireless remote. Go to the engine. Here's your engine main screen. This button here is for languages. We'll put this here British. Here is our calendar. This button here is always your back button. You have your ins and your outs, which is parameters and values of signal. Setting, this is a preset code. Normally we don't have this code. We need to get this from the manufacturer. If there's any pumps that need to be replaced or any pump settings, normally customer does not have the access to this, so they cannot change the parameters and damage the unit. This is always your back button. Right here we have our options. We have this right here, which is our red triangle. If you have any faults or alarms, you will start hearing a beep here out of the siren, and it will illuminate here on this screen. Rabbit and turtle, increase your RPM, decrease your RPM. You have the options button, which is to increase the speed of rabbit for tracks, turtle for tracks. You also have an option here for lights, fog lights, if you choose to add to your unit. Currently, this unit does not have them. This unit does have a water suppression system, so to activate that, you will click this button here. This unit has illustration for a fan. This is a preset on the display. This is not a valued option on this unit. So now we're going to turn the unit on.
First thing we want to do, we want to open up our conveyor. To do that, we're going to go here to this option. We have auto, we have test, you have your vibrating hopper, you have fast, medium, and slow speed for your impactor. Pick option, we want to open it. Now that we're fully open, if we go to the option button again, you have lift and lower. This controls your magnetic conveyor. I hit lift, our magnetic conveyor will raise. I hit lower, it will lower. Now we want to sync our remote. Pull out your e-stop. You hit this button here is your start button. Going to flash fast. Flash is slow. We are synced. Unit will move. On the IC70, the unit is pretty much set. If you need to change your apron, the way to do it is you want to go here on the top. We're going to put it in test mode. to open up this door. There's a lever right here. We're going to release it to open up this side door. When you open up this door, this will give you detailed instructions how to open and close your apron and adjust the height. You also want, now that we're in test mode, you can slowly see, I'm going to hit these levers, you'll slowly see the cylinder move. Before you adjust this, if you want to adjust and open up your apron, you need to remove and loosen up these bolts. You have one here, another one there, and another one on top. And on the opposite side, you have the corresponding same three. You need to remove this to open and close the chamber box. You need to adjust your apron. Before you make any adjustments, you need to loosen these nuts here. It will give you the flexibility to bring it in closer or farther away. For this apron here will be this lever. You'll see that cylinder move slightly, but not as much because we have it locked down. For our chamber to open, the opposite lever right here, you see the cylinder want to try to move a little bit, but we have it locked down. Once you open it, you have this pin here that you want to put in its place so it doesn't fall back down as a safety procedure. Normally the units are preset. If you have to make any adjustments, this is how you would make your adjustments. We're not going to make any adjustments, so we're going to close our door. Lock our lever. Close our door, and we'll put our unit in auto. So we'll hit the start button, this button here, and it'll go into auto by itself. Now that our unit is on, so you want to shut it off. And hit the same procedure. Start, up, it'll shut off in the auto. But one thing you have to do is open the door and release the lever, which I'll show you. Unit takes, after you take it out of auto and you release the lever, it takes roughly 30 to 45 seconds for everything to shut down, which is normal. Now that our unit shut off, we'll go around the unit and I'll show you the inside of the unit, the odds and ends. Follow me. Around the unit, there is a bunch of illustrations that you always want to be aware of. Inside here is a hydraulic joint for this unit. Unit comes with a spare belt. You have communication boxes with relays. You have your gauges, your vibrating feeder, your valves, valve block, and your service pump. On this side, we have an emergency stop button. We have our 2 batteries here. Please note that the unit is only still a 12-volt system. You have our fuel tank here, our fuel filter, our fuel pump. You have a high pressure filter here. This is your valve block. This controls your conveyor. Something happens to your remote, you can open and close your conveyor through here. Same thing, something happens to your remote, you can use these 2 levers here to control your tracks, to track either forward or reverse. Up is forward, down is reverse. On this unit as well, on the hydraulic tank, it's mounted right here with your level gauge, and you have a filter inside tank. Here, if you notice, we have a box here. This is our modem. This is communication, gives the manufacturer access to log into the unit. On this side as well, you have another e-stop. Behind this door, you have your radiator. You have another lever here, which covers up your DEF tank. This unit does have DEF. And it has a whole procedure listed here on the door of how you want to, on your bars, how you want to remove them, how you want to set them up. That all depends on the type of material that you're trying to produce. Here's our suppression system that we could activate from the screen with our 2 sprayers. We'll go back on the screen. Now that the unit's off, we can actually navigate to the screen a little bit easier without the noise. It's easier to hear. This unit usually comes on the suppression system. There's a Y setup. So say you choose not to use this tank here. You try to use, a lot of customers use toads on job sites with submersible pumps. You can shut off the valve here, and you can run a garden hose through here. So we'll go back to the screen. We'll let it load up a little bit. We'll just go a little bit over the functions. On this unit, you have a USB charger as well. You have your siren, and this is communication if anything has to be plugged in via a laptop. Once our screen loads, we'll go to the other screen. So we reviewed all these screens. Now on this screen here, as previously stated, so you have a test option. So when you hit the test option, you can test every single function of the unit. So if you would hit test, it will give you the option. You could actually control your apron via your remote. You can go up or down with it. And then obviously your magnetic conveyor, you could turn it on. Your extraction belt, you could turn it on. If you want to turn on your vibrating hopper, you could change the speeds. You want to increase the speed, you want to decrease the speed. You have obviously open the conveyor, close the conveyor. Same thing, magnetic conveyor, we could raise it, we can lower it. This is on the test side, is usually for troubleshooting. If you hear a noise in a certain area of the unit, you can distinguish if it's coming from the vibrators, it's coming from the magnetic roll conveyor, the extraction belt, or the rotor itself. On the back screen, you have your vibrating hopper. When you put it in test, obviously you can increase the speed, decrease the speed.
and then you can set up your speed for your rotor. Normally, depending on the type of material, you can set your speeds. You can make the rotor go a little bit slower, medium, or fast, depending on the application that you're using it for. Same thing, you could open and close it. Or if you choose, after you're done your testing, you don't have your remote. Remember, we go back to our original screen. We would X that off, go back to the engine RPM screen, top right, and we would hit auto. As long as the lever is engaged, the machine will activate in auto. All the functions will kick on. If you want to take it out of auto, you would hit this button again. You would release the lever, normally 30 to 45 seconds, and everything will shut off. This unit also tells you on your DPF percentage. Please note, always try to keep an eye on your percentage, same time as your fuel.
Another thing to note is that this unit has grease fittings. Any movable part on your unit, you want to refer back to your user manual. Normally, it's about every 8 hours you want to grease your unit. There are a couple hidden grease fittings on this unit. One of them is set up in here behind this door. If you look to the right, there's 3 there. The majority of them are all labeled. You can see here on the front section of the unit. They're labeled here with grease line, grease points. There is an anti-pitching. Obviously, do not keep your hand there. They would be wouldn't be too well. Same thing as all our magnetic conveyors. They are a very strong magnet. So anyone that does have a pacemaker, please keep in mind it is not recommended. Do not suggest being close to this magnet. It will hurt you. That is as a safety. And that is with any of our units that have a magnetic conveyor. IC70s, 704s, and 604s. There's also another set of grease fittings for this unit. They're right here. One here and one here. One thing also to note is on this valve, there is an adjuster knob. These are not adjustable. These are preset from the manufacturer. Do not recommend ever touching this adjustment knob. Do not loosen it. Do not screw it in. Do not unscrew it. It is set from the manufacturer. It's tight. Leave it the way it is. If you need to also do some tests on this unit, there is a test port here as well for hydraulics. There's usually a remote line. If this is not inactive, you could put your own gauge here and test the unit pressures. And right above us, we do have an air filter.
And that concludes our setup and operation of the IC70. Thank you. And if you have any questions, you can reach us at 908-369-3340.